Hi, welcome back to English 111 Online. This week, we're going to continue to talk about writing essays, and next week, I'm going to be giving you the assignment sheet for our first graded essay, Project 1, which is a rhetorical analysis. So this week, view my video, which you're doing, read pages 9 through 16 and 17 to 29 in the Little Seagull Handbook, so you'll understand the more about the writing process and the development of paragraphs. And then read the first 14 pages in Rereading America for an understanding of critical thinking and critical reading as it applies to our textbook and to this course. And then read the introduction to Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. I told you last time that the text is optional. You don't have to buy it, but I have put a link on this page for you to read the introduction. And there's some things I want you to notice as you're reading it. What is her main point? What is she writing? What is the point of her writing to you in this introduction? What is she trying to convince you of? And then I want you to also notice what kind of rhetorical devices she uses to effectively convince us of her main point. Rhetorical devices are just word choices, examples, stories that she might tell, facts that she might give you, things that she uses within her writing to try to convince you of whatever her main point is. You're going to have two journals, the journal for rhetorical devices listed here, and the journal for topic sentence development here. And then there's a quiz to take, and then the inquisitive assignments. If you did not finish the ones that were due last week, I have extended the deadline for those to February the 10th so that we can have those completed by next Sunday. And of course, some new things that are due by Sunday. I extended that deadline because it's the beginning of the course, it's new to everybody, and I just want to give you another chance to get those done if you didn't get the chance to get them done last time. When you sign into Inquisitive, I've had some questions about this, about what do I need to do. And if you've already registered for Inquisitive, as I have, then I can just go ahead and sign in. If you have not already registered for Inquisitive, of course, you go to this one button and highlight that. No, I need to register, purchase, or sign up for trial access. And then if you go to the purchase, whatever, if you've already bought your book, it came packaged with a code for you to use and enter. If you did not buy the book, you can get the ebook and the code for just $15. Up here, if I click on this purchase options, here's what you can do. You can get the $15 ebook for the Little Seagull Handbook, and that will give you your code, and then you'll have access to Inquisitive and the ebook for 4 years. So it's not very expensive to just buy the code. If you've already bought your handbook, but you did not get a new one that came with the code, you're still going to have to buy it here. So you're going to be clicking on, you're going to have to spend the $15 in addition to the price of the book. So it's not much, but you will need it in order to do the activities. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that. And I've had some people say they didn't see what to do or whatever, and I can't really see your screen, so I don't know what you're talking about. But anytime you have a question about something that you need for me to see what's happening, we can always do that virtual Google Hangout activity, and I can see what you're doing, or you can stop by my office and we can talk about. I can see what's happening so to help you more, because it's really hard when you say I don't see a place to do something and I can't see what you're seeing. So anyway, the graded assignments this week then, the journal for topic sentence development, complete the journal for rhetorical devices, take the quiz, work on the next 3 assigned inquisitive activities, and if you didn't do the ones for last week, you have until Sunday to get those done. Here is the introduction to Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. It is a live link to a web page where you can read it, or you can read it from your book if you've bought the book. This is something for you to view to see how to write an essay. It's a slideshow presentation, as you can see, about the parts and the process. And it's taken a while to come up on my computer, and it'll probably take you a while for it to come up on yours, but it does come up eventually. There are references made throughout the presentation about this book called Real Writing. You do not have that book. I do not expect you to have that book. I made this PowerPoint presentation when I was using a different book, but I thought it was such a good source. Even though I'm referencing it in this book, you won't have that book. Still really good information though. And you'll need to view that in order to be able to take the quiz that you're going to need to take as part of the assignment for this week. There's information here on fragments, fused sentences, and comma splices. View those, or you can look in your Little Seagull handbook also and read the pages on fused fragments and fused sentences and comma splices. Just a simple definition: a fragment is anything that is not a complete sentence for any reason. For a sentence to be a complete sentence, it has to have a subject, verb, and a complete thought. Makes sense as a complete thought. If it's not a complete sentence, we call it a fragment. Fused sentences and comma splices. A fused sentence is just 2 complete sentences that are just run together. Sometimes you'll hear it called a run-on sentence, and with no punctuation, just one sentence run right into the next sentence. And then a comma splice is one sentence run into the next sentence, but tried to be separated by a comma, which is not strong enough to hold 2 sentences together. So this is information that you can read, and this is, and then of course you can also look in the Little Seagull handbook and find information on those. Here are our graded assignments for this week. Here's the journal for the topic sentence, and I'll click on it, and this is something you will just type right into the journal. When you, the directions here say, let's see if I can move that over a little bit. Okay, it says, for the introduction to Sandberg's Lean In, write a body paragraph that begins with a topic sentence and includes at least 3 details from the introduction, talking about the introduction to Lean In, that helps you answer this question. So here's the question: why does Sandberg want women to lean in? And so a good way to make a topic sentence for a paragraph is to answer the question. If you have a question as a prompt, you can just turn that question into a statement. Sandberg wants women to lean in because, and then you can list like the 3 details, and then one reason she wants to students to, or people to lean in, or women to lean in, and give the details that you found, 3 details that you found in your introduction. So whenever you complete a journal, you click on Start or Edit My Journal Entry, and then it's going to give you a box here that you can type in, and so you can just go on and start with your topic sentence. You can even space over a few spaces so that it's indented, because we always indent the first line of a paragraph, and start with your topic sentence. Then add your supporting details. One reason she wants women to lean in is so-and-so. And you can give supporting details to that, like, for example, she wants women to do this or that. So that's how you do it. And once you finish it, you go to Save Changes, and then your paragraph, whatever you wrote, is posted on the journal. Now, if you go back and want to make some changes in it later, just go over to Start or Edit My Journal Entry, just like you did to start with, and it will allow you to edit it. So you can fix whatever you want to fix in there, and don't forget to save it. Once you save it again, it'll be added to your journal. So that is, go back to the Moodle page, that is the first journal that you'll need to do. And then there is a journal here. The second journal is for these rhetorical devices. So skip down just a little bit more. Here's the second journal right here, Rhetorical Devices to Effectively Make the Point and Lean In. And so I give you here a definition of a rhetorical device. A rhetorical device is a use of language that is intended to have an effect on the audience. Repetition of words, using figurative language, posting a rhetorical question, are all examples of rhetorical devices. So when you notice that she uses a particular technique to help make her point, then that is something that you want to make note of in this journal. Okay, so here are the two instructions. Post her main point in the journal first. Here's the example. Sandberg's main point in Lean In is, and whatever it was that you discovered after reading that introduction, what is the main point that she's trying to get across. And then post some rhetorical devices that she uses to convince us of her main point, and reference a bit of the text that exhibits the rhetorical device. So Strandberg uses a personal story or anecdote of being pregnant and speaking up to ask for special parking for pregnant women near the entrance to her building. Another rhetorical device she uses is, and then you tell me what you see. I'll give you a hint. Pay attention to up here. Consider anecdotes, personal stories, statistics, which are numerical facts, historical facts, and other rhetorical devices that you may not know the proper name for it or whatever, but just point out things that she uses that help her make her point, her choices that you want to make the point. So click on Start or Edit My Journal Entry, and then start out like this. Sandberg's main point in Lean In is, fill in the blank, and then whatever rhetorical devices that you notice that she used to make this point that she to make it more effective. Okay, so in addition to that, those two journals, the inquisitives that we've talked about before, and then the last thing is to get this this little quiz. And so you click on the quiz here, go back to to last week and look at the video again on purpose, tone, audience, all of that. Then also look at your editing, essay writing, and you should be able to get the answers that you'll need for this quiz. So that's what we're doing this week. I hope you have a great week. If you have any questions, email me, come see me. And if there's anything that you need from me, just contact me and let me know. And until then, I'll see you next time.